So I would like to start the BBC with a poem that I wrote. So it goes like that. There are times at the Abbey that I feel so very dizzy. Not because I'm too busy, but am turning my mind that is crazy. From a habitual pattern of thinking to a Buddhist worldview of seeing. Seeing the self-centered attitude arising, I need to apply the mind training. Keep practicing the Dharma to benefit all sentient beings like my mama. So when I was writing this BBC, it was actually very last minute, and something that really helped was the motivation that I learned during Anagarika class. And this is what actually Venerable taught us, which is, may I say only what is true? May I say what people needs to hear and benefit them? May I express clearly and may they understand it? And also may we have the same bodhicitta motivation. So I thought this is so wonderful, and it should be my motivation for doing things, for saying things, and to give this BBC. So the topic that I'll be speaking on today is you are kind and worthy, and the purpose is to share kindness and to spread it around the world. So recently I've been working with something that came up in my childhood, which is bullying and a lot of harsh words. So a lot of good karma ripens for me here, and I see it as a form of purification. So this is something that I can use to practice on the path. So I use loving kindness to heal all this childhood bullying. So what happened was, the first one was I scored 99 marks for an exam, but my paper was torn and thrown across the room because it was not 100. The second one was that, and I went to school explaining to the teacher. She didn't believe me. So I couldn't get my guardian to sign it. And it was a mess with the teacher and the guardian, and yeah, things was just in a mess. Second one was witnessing a violence at home when my uncle went after my grandpa with a chopping knife. And me and my aunt were trying to stop him. We were dragged across the room. So that made me think about what anger does to us, as we have been having teachings on working with anger. And the third one was being bullied in primary school, when my classmates would form one big group and they would laugh at me, they would disturb me. And the only reason why I was being protected because my grades were good. So the teachers would help me. So that was the only reason. So when I start to see all this coming up, what did I do? First thing, anxiety. And then I start using antidotes such as, I compare it with reality. Is it happening now? That was many years ago. Why do I still want to hold on to it? And I'm just creating stories for myself and keep my mind ruminating around it and again and again and creating all this anxiety. So I'm wasting my life by doing that. So what next? Does the sky drop because of my ruminating mind? Is it life and death? Do I die from all this rumination? No. So I resonate with what Venerable has been talking about violence. And it's something that is not respected. It brings up a lot of fear in people. So if we see that it brings up so much fear in us, it brings up violence, it hurts people, it harms people, are we happy when we see others suffer? Do we want them to feel the same way? No. And if we really want them to feel the same way, it really says a lot about ourselves. What are we doing? Why do we want to harm others? So if we know how it feels like to be harmed, to be bullied, or to witness violence, it's the only time that we should be selfish. Don't spread it around. Don't share it with people. Instead, we should share kindness, love, compassion, and always think, how would it be like if the other person would be treated the same way? So think about the times that we were also treated badly, all the anger that we had. How did we feel? So definitely we will not do it. We will not want to do it for others. And I heard this in Bhikkhu Thanisaro Dulaba Sutra. He says that it's difficult to find two types of persons now. One are those who is willing to do kindness to the others first. And the second are those who remember the kindness and feel obligated to repay them. So the recent teachings left a huge impact on me, and one of it was about advantages. So someone actually gives a lot and helped a lot, and people will tell him, you are being taken advantage of. But all he said was, I choose to give my advantage away. And that really touched me. That is genuine care. So while I'm still working on compassion, I think of those in difficulties now, in war, disasters, distress, in pain. I hope to bring some hope, kindness, and in all different forms to all of you all out there. And one of it is you are kind, you are worthy. Everything is impermanence, things will change. So I remember the example of chopsticks, since we are going to have lunch soon. So it's easy to break one chopstick, but when you come together with a whole bunch of chopsticks, it's difficult to break them. So with all this loving kindness that we create at the Abbey, I hope that it can be sent out to all of y'all so that y'all have this strength that are like a bunch of chopsticks will not be so brittle, and this will help y'all when you are in difficulties. Also remember that you are worthy, you are kind, and you can do something. When you are out of all these difficulties, remember to lend a helping hand to those in need too, and spread the kindness out. I remember Venerable also mentioned in one of the teachings, when you are higher than others, don't put them down. It's not right. And I speak for myself. When you are higher than others, always lift them up, not because you're arrogant, you're better than them or anything, but because you genuinely want to help. And there is a saying that goes, a teacher is not good when a student excels. A teacher is good when the student overtakes the teacher. So I find that really helpful, and I will continue working on compassion and sending all this loving kindness out. So I would like to end with a quote that I have also created. It's called potential. And may you all start to see all this potential in yourself, which part of the world you are in. So it goes like this. Everything you have is already inside you. Inside you lies the Buddha nature. Don't wait for others to light your fire. You already have your own matches. Don't wait for others to give you affirmations, for you already have your own potentials. Thank you.